and welcome to the Empowered to Empower channel. My name is Moabbie. Thank you so much to our subscribers for keeping us going. When you like, when you share and comment on our content, it really gives us the oomph to keep on keeping on so that we create new content each week. So I'm just wondering, you guys maybe could talk about, did you pray for the person that you want to marry? Like even before you met, were you at a place of prayer, trusting God, asking for Him to reveal? Because you see there are many people in campus, the CU is full. Yeah, so tell me about the place of prayer in seeking the person you want to spend the rest of your life with.
For me, I think it was very plain, a plain prayer. I wouldn't say I fasted necessarily and all. However, I know I had a prayer in my heart. I knew I wasn't ready to date. I didn't know how that space would play out, because you see, it's not when you're ready that someone pops in. It's just in your when you're busy, minding your business. Correct. Is when they come. And mostly when you like, I'm not ready to date, is when they come. So I was in a place where I was somewhat open, but my priority was knowing God well enough for myself, so that I'll be able even to command respect with people around me and all that. So while I was working on that, and he came in that space, the prayer I made, because you see, when someone comes, you are also not sure if they're the one, and I didn't want to waste time in a relationship that won't go far. So the prayer I made, and I remember very well, was if he is the one for me, that Lord, you will speak loud enough for me to hear, and that whatever you show me will be clear enough for me to see, and it will not be vague in any way. So my biggest prayer that was answered was, if there's anything that I cannot see, because we know God is all-knowing, and I mean, that's a whole big Mokenya for me. I mean, God is all-knowing, so He's the Father I ran to, and I ran to Him and told Him, if there's anything hidden that is a red flag with this man, I pray that, Lord, you will bring it to light, and not much later, but soon enough for me to walk away. And it's a prayer I made, and God answered in a very big way.
Yes. Nice. How about you, Elijah?
I think mine is is an interesting one, because what I did is the prayer, and I remember that one is something I did. I prayed. I told God, if I'm in a relationship that I ought not to be in, frustrate me and it, so that I don't hang in there. I waste her time, because really I don't want to also waste someone else's time, and also my time. So and I'm not saying the person that I dated in campus, or before Ivy, that was a bad person. Just that was not the person that God had in plan or for me. So in my Christian dating, when I got born again, so that happened. A bit of frustration, but they were good people, and that's what I'm saying. They were good people, and I think when Ivy and I met, the frustration was not there. And I had learned a lot even from the past relationship, and I thank God, because at the point I was meeting Ivy, I was better in terms of I'd grown even spiritually. I was more understanding. There was a lot of things that God had worked on. So I think it's more of even the prayer that God works on me more, because really, most of the times we are saying I want, but the thing is, should be God work on me, so that by the time I'm being presented to the person who you have put, the person that you have preserved or you have put for me, I will be a pleasing aroma, like I'll be pleasing, they will like me. Because you see, the thing is, you can be all, but you see, the thing is, when the person starts getting to know you, then you're not as, you're not likable, because either your character is off, you're rude, because some of the things that I prayed, and I prayed for, not being, I don't want to be an angry person. I don't person who who angers, somebody who doesn't respect. And even when Ivy talks about commanding respect, for me, I like the fact that she did that. You know, the thing is, you couldn't just, and I know the fact, there's one thing that Ivy even told me, that how she chooses to trust, like when she gets into this sort of relationship, she chooses to trust. And even when dealing with, because you see, the thing is, she's a pretty lady.
Yes.
So the thing is, she will get people trying to, trying to hit on her and all that stuff. But I'm not bothered by that, because I know she's able to command respect. She's able to tell a guy, I think you need to keep your boundary, because I'm married or I'm dating. So that way, I don't have to worry about, my beautiful wife is out there and my feces out there. I'm not worried about the feces. I know she's protected and she's able to command respect. So I'm not bothered or worried about her being out there looking all pretty. Yeah.
So in a nutshell, how long did you guys date before you got married?
That would be 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah, well, yeah, dated for 2 years and courted for 1.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
That's 3.
Yes.
So how was the proposal? I just want to hear the gist of that.
Yeah, he planned it, so you can tell.
You know, what's your version of it?
So for my proposal, I was at my brother's place for the weekend, and he was planning to take us out for the weekend, that same weekend. So he said we're going to go to Nanyuki for a weekend out. He had booked rooms and all, and we're going with my nephew as well. So when we were on our way to Nanyuki, we decided to stop at a hotel in Nanyuki. So when we stopped by the place, we were just looking around the place. I don't know why we stopped there. However, we didn't suspect anything. So when we got there, I really loved the place. It was really, really beautiful. Such an amazing scenery. And I kept thinking, oh my goodness, if Karanja was here, he's a photographer.
Yeah,
The shots we would have gotten from here, not necessarily of me, but just of maybe my nephew and my brother and sister. They're married. And I was like, oh, the entire time I was like, I'm going to bring this guy here for one of our anniversaries or birthdays or something. So while we were just scouting around the place and just checking it out, we decided to go. We took a tour, and then we went to a beautiful church around the place. It's sort of like an ancient church or something, or a cathedral kind of thing. A very small structure.
It's a chapel. So if you've been to the Fairmont, Nanyuki, they usually is it Nanyuki? Yeah, Nanyuki. Yeah. At the golf course, they have this chapel right in the center of the golf course. Yeah. So yeah, if you've been to Fairmont, yeah.
Kenya Safari Club. Yeah, but I haven't been to.
Yeah, the Fairmont. Yeah. So they have this sort of chapel just at the where the Mount Kenya starts to climb from where the golf course is. Yeah.
So when we got there, I think out of curiosity, I just wanted to check the place out because it looked really amazing from the outside. So when we went inside, I find him inside, and I'm wondering, just to bring you back a bit, I'm the last born. This is my firstborn brother and the wife. So first off, Karanja, I do not put him somewhere very near as often. So I'm like, this is a very awkward moment. Why are you here? And this is my firstborn brother. Like, okay, what's happening here? And I'm like, guy, you have the guts, because he went down to propose, and I was so shocked. And then guess what? My sister-in-law is there laughing. They planned this thing together. So my brother and I were in the dark. And to this day, we've never understood how my sister-in-law managed to keep it a secret the whole time, because my bro knew where we were going. He had made reservations, so both of us were in the dark. And I think that was the best way it would have come around, because maybe if my bro knew, he would be like, no, I think it's too early, maybe just wait a year or something. But yeah, so he ended up, I found him there, and he went down and proposed, and I said yes. I was like, we will see how things go. But the future, we don't know what the future holds. We'll see what happens. But it was such an exciting moment.
Your turn, Karanja. How did you pull it off? You just got this shocker.
You know, the most interesting thing for a proposal is with the lady. It starts. The story is when the guy, when she finds the guy on the knee, or when the guy goes on the knee. But you know, for a guy, proposal starts with the ring, because you first of all need to source for the ring. Which took a bit of time for me, first of all, to know her ring size. Which you can't just tell her, oh, what's your ring size again? And yeah, so the thing is
about that one, it's normally tricky.
Yeah, so no, the thing is, when you hold hands, I would size her ring finger with my hands. So I was able to just size it, and it was more of an estimate. So I knew it would work. So then I got some guy to make the ring for me. She kind of had hinted what kind of ring she would want. Yeah, so the thing is, so I got the guy to do it, and the day before the proposal is when I was getting the ring, the guy had delayed. So on Friday, I got the ring, and I told her, by the tomorrow I'm going somewhere else. Like, no, I told her I think we're going to with this. I came up with a story. You know, God forgive me for that. I came up with a story that I was going somewhere else, and even in the morning I told her, oh, but you guys are headed to Nanyuki. At that point, I think I am almost at Karatina driving, because I left at 5 a.m. I left at 5 a.m. because I needed to be there very early. I remember at that point, well, I think just to impress, I think I brought my dad's car, and and that morning, me and my dad actually told my dad what I was going to do. And well, I think fathers, you know, they get confused by some of these things. So he just told me, let's pray. He didn't even pray about the engagement. So he just prayed like that random prayer. But well, I think it was an awkward moment for him, because I'm the first son. So me telling them I'm going to propose, I think in their days they never used to have those things. I don't know, they just end up marrying or something. I don't know how they do it. But anyway, my dad and I prayed, and I left. I headed to Nanyuki. And yes, I got to the Fairmont, and of course I had talked to them and what I wanted to do, and I was of course liaising with I was talking to Jane, but Jane is our sister-in-law. So I need to talk to her to know how far they've come, and she was keeping me updated on their journey to that place. So then anyway, just to, you know, interject with what Ivy has said now. I was at the chapel, so I went to the chapel and I just waited. I waited until the point where they got there. Yeah, and she walked in the chapel, and I went down on my knee, and yeah, she said yes. Well, she was a bit wobbly and like, oh my gosh, she was. You see the clip where I put a camera behind me, so it got the whole thing. So she was holding those the pews, holding them as she was coming to the front, because I was in the front of the chapel, and she said yes. And the same day, we actually drove to her parents' home, because she told the mom. And it was also, I felt it was also nice for the parents to see me and know that this is a guy who has proposed to their daughter. And I thank God I got their blessing. The mom was really excited, and she prepared some meal. Yeah, and then I headed home. So yeah, that was. It was a very, yeah.
I'm just remembering, I missed prayer. I wish Elijah was here to take these shots. I think God answered your prayer.
Yeah, we captured everything actually. Yeah, I kind of captured everything.
Wow.
Yeah.